If a man is asking you out, you don't have to say yes. But you can be honest about if you're interested, right? And a man shouldn't feel confused. If you're chasing a woman and you're confused, please stop. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, stop. The chase is not respected. It's liked. It's loved. It's expected. The chase is expected. It's not respected. So, any man who's focused on himself, focused on his own life, his own lifestyle.
Are you seriously breaking up with me?
Yeah, I'm breaking up with you. Good luck finding a guy that's gonna deal with your attitude. What's that sound?
That's the sound of me being single.
Oh. That was a joke.
Too late. Here they come.
I don't care.
Looks like plenty of guys will deal with my attitude.
Why is it so hard for women to allow a man to love them, protect them, and provide for them?
Because the man that was supposed to protect them, love them, and provide for them didn't. He broke their hearts. Mm-hmm. He wasn't there for them. And he taught them that trusting and leaning on and counting on a man was the last thing they should ever do in their life. It's a father wound. Or it could be a mother wound, and where they saw their mother be defenseless with their father, and they told themselves, I will never be that ever again.
I think modern women believe that dudes are just going to let them just run rampant. Just do whatever you want. Just be however you want. I know I'm about to clown you. I know I'm about to act a fool. Go ahead. Why not? Go ahead. This is what a lot of modern women are thinking that men are going to let them do. But men are tired of that nonsense. And what you're running into is men not receiving you, or not being as receptive to being walked all over as they used to be. So you caught a man when he was being a gentleman, but now he's like,
y'all kids not gonna look like that. Okay, your kids are not going to look like that. When you get with the girls with the face balancing, the surgery, the filler, and all that, she look good. She look fine as But ask about a baby picture. How did she look when she was younger, okay? Because your kids is going to look like that. That's what your kids is going to look like. I know she look good as now. Y'all be like, yeah, she going to birth something fine. Y'all kids be looking questionable. I'm so glad my kids look just like me. Something about my genes are strong. I done birthed some cute kids. But yeah, I just wanted to tell y'all that your kids is not gonna look like that. They're not. Sorry to tell you.
what's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Why don't men approach women they like in a coffee shop or a store? All right. First of all, the coffee shop is awkward, okay? Because if a man approaches you in a quiet coffee shop and there's people there, people are nosy, right? They're gonna be looking. They're gonna be like, oh, whoa. And everyone's gonna be silencing their headphones just to hear in a little bit, right? Everyone's gonna be looking at him, right? That's a lot of pressure. It's not socially acceptable to really approach somebody in a coffee shop like that. So all eyes are gonna be on him. It's a little weird to do that, like socially, and then everybody else in the coffee shop is gonna peer in their nosy noses to see what's going on. That's why it doesn't happen. That's why I recommend people go to bars, because that's where it's socially acceptable to talk to strangers. I know people hate it, but it's just the reality of the fact. Stores is also a little awkward too, right? Right? It's like guys don't want to bother you. Anyway.
Modern women are continuing to ask men to step up over and over again. Step up, be here, do that, say this, be this person, act like this, right? And it's funny because modern women seem to be the only ones in dating that are able to make these types of demands. well, I want you to be over here. I want you to do this. And when a man says, okay, well, I would like my woman to act a certain way, be a certain way, treat me a certain way, then all of a sudden it's a problem. All of a sudden you're misogynistic. All of a sudden that's the patriarchy speaking up all up in you, running all up and through you. We got to stop that.
The most controversial dating advice I implemented to meet my Latvian fiance, here's what it is. From now on, do not sleep with him unless you would be willing to have his child. Hear me out. He should be so spectacular that if you had a child with him, you'd be proud. You'd think, oh my gosh, yeah. Your standard will go through the roof when you apply this filter. When you look at a man and you think, does he deserve access to my body? Like seriously, would you be happy if you had his kid? If your son grew up to be just like him, would that make you happy? The amount of men that will eliminate from your dating roster is actually ridiculous. You'll be getting rid of men left and right because guess what? You're going to get rid of so many men that are not your future husband, and if he's not your future husband, get him out of the way of your future husband. Your dating process will be so fast because so many men will not want to be with you. They just won't. You tell him that you're not willing to sleep with him, he'll say he's not interested. Great. You know who is interested? A man that looks at long-term potential versus short-term. Long-term, not just thinking about short-term dopamine. Men that view you as a long-term option will not mind if you have that as a boundary. You will save yourself so much pain, so much hurt, and your standard will be so high. The amount of time you gain back, ridiculous. Now hate on me in the comments, say this isn't female empowerment, but I think the most empowered thing you can be is have a high standard for who has access to your body. You've got this. I cannot wait to see you build your dream life. And remember that you are spectacular and no man should have access to you unless he meets your high standards.
Men love sex, obviously.
Yeah.
But the main reason why men do things for women is because they want emotion. When a guy goes out of his way to buy you flowers, he's actually fishing for a raw reaction. If his effort makes you tear up from genuine happiness, it literally makes his entire chest explode. Why? Because men are chronically starved of emotional expression.
Yeah.
They are psychologically blocked from showing it themselves. Since they were little boys, society beat it into their heads. Don't cry. Man up. Don't be a so when they see a woman completely let her guard down and feel something deeply, they thrive off that energy. I have so many guy friends who step up to help me out just because I give them something real. I don't play it cool. I show them raw, unfiltered appreciation. I make sure they know their effort actually matters. And guess what happens? They instantly want to do 10 times more for me. It's basic human psychology. When you stop taking people for granted and validate their effort, you don't just get favors. You build unshakable loyalty.
And I venture to say that a lot more men would kind of move out of the realm of being afraid of rejection if there wasn't, as they perceive it, teeth behind the rejection. What do you mean? Man can walk up to you and say, "Oh man, I really like your energy. I really like your aura, man. You just something about you, man. You're just magnetic." What? I was just saying that, with the way that you act, seem like you're a fun time. Seem like you're a good person to hang out with. I was trying to see if you would like to go out to dinner. Oh, and just say that. I was. That's what I was saying to you, stupid. Stop acting silly. Stop acting like a loser. Stop trying. And that's the point. A lot of these modern women are trying to be offended. They're trying to be, they're trying to find ways to be. You said I was what? I just said you was pretty. That's all. That's literally all I said. I said you look good. I said I liked your shoes. That's it. Man, I really like that dress on you, man. That looks nice, man. That blue is your color. Huh? You looking a little bit too hard. I mean, you're standing in front of me in the grocery line. So, yes, I see you. Are you okay? Stop talking.
Pushing a man until he finally snaps, then running to your friends crying, "Oh my God, he's so mean and so toxic and abusive." That's one of the most lowest and evil forms of manipulation ever. You don't get to disrespect him every day, belittle him when he opens up, emasculate him for not being what you can't handle, ignore his needs, flirt with other men in his face, and use like a weapon, and then act shocked when he finally blows up or walks away. He didn't just turn into an overnight. You drained him. You chipped away at his patience until nothing was left. You trained the nice guy you met to stop caring. Good men don't wake up cold. They get turned cold by women who mistake his self-control for weakness. Then when he finally says enough is enough, you play victim and cry wolf. No, honey, you're not the victim. You are the arsonist crying about the fire that you just started. Grow up. So stop acting like you don't know what just happened. You know exactly what you did. You just never thought he would actually walk away. Now he's gone. Or worse, you've numbed him. And now you're on social media talking about how all the good ones turn bad. No, again, honey, you burned him out. One disrespectful act at a time. Own it. Or keep pretending you don't know why every man after him stops trusting women like you. It's your move.
I think modern women have to start understanding that you're not really the only one out here that has anything to lose. That's what a lot of these modern women do a lot of times, is they try to say things like, well, you know, it's not good to get married because I'm going to have to be a slave and a servant, and then go on describing all of the things, all of the terrible things that they have to come in contact with. Mind you, the man that they're with is paying all of their bills, pretty much. The man that they're with is paying for the dates. He's paying for a lot of the things that she wants, and she's still complaining. She's still complaining about what he isn't doing, what he'll never be, what he hasn't been thus far. Just completely ungrateful. At some point in time, you have to, y'all be in the mirror looking at positive affirmations. How come there's no positive affirmation to understand how to treat a man? You love yourself. You're beautiful. You is kind. You is strong. You is purty. You is going to be nice today. You is going to be a good person. You is going to be respectful. How come y'all don't put that on y'all's mirror? How come y'all don't put that on y'all's list of affirmations? You is not going to be a jerk.
A man that loves you will solve the problem. The part that a lot of women are missing is a man that loves you will solve the problem. If that man does not know you, your problems are not his to solve. They are yours to solve. And I think that too often what we do as women is we feel so entitled to the fact that a man is supposed to do all these things for me. Why? He doesn't even know you. He doesn't know if you're dope. He doesn't know what you look like in the morning. To be honest, he doesn't even know if you're genuine. Are you really there for him? Are you there to eat a meal? Ladies, some of y'all sometimes take my advice and you use it in the wrong way for manipulation. I've made it perfectly clear 1001 times on this podcast that it is perfectly okay to state a need, and a man that loves you will solve the problem. Oh my God, I blew my tire. He will put a new tire on your car if he can, if he has the means to do that. Oh my God, I can't get a babysitter for tonight. I have to cancel the date. He will provide money for the babysitter because you don't have it right now. A man that loves you. And that's the problem. I think that men have also been so jaded in the sense where they feel like everything is so transactional that now we live in an era. I bought you dinner, I get to have this. No. And this way, when you go to a coffee shop for a date, or you go to the bookstore for a date, or you go feed the geese for a date, whatever it is that you want to do that costs $50 or less, unless you're the type of man that really loves steakhouses. And this is just what you do. And you're inserting a girl here.
You know, I think one of the wildest things that modern women do is they're asking men for the W-2s by like the third date. By like the third date, man. Oh, you know, we have to have financial compatibility. I think there needs to be transparency. You know, you're sending a man a Google form asking about his bonus structure, what his 401k look like, you know, and all that stuff. And I get it. I understand it. But you know, you've got $47,000 in credit card debt, but you're asking how much he makes. And I guess that's why you're doing it, right? You wanted somebody that can pay your stuff off. You want somebody to pay the bills. Right? What I mean to say is a lot of these modern women out here, you want to make him throw his stuff out. Oh, you don't have this, you don't have that. But then you want to go and hide your mess. You want to look at him and say, man, you got a lot of stuff going on and you don't qualify for me. But then if a man would start digging and digging a little bit more, he might say, oh, you know, we're about in the same boat. And if he might start digging a little bit more in some of these situations, he might say, I'm pretty bad, but when we look at you and what you got going on, you might be a little bit worse than I am.
Where are all the guys that initiate dates?
Where are they? Why are you even asking? I mean, you told them to go away. You told them to leave you alone. You told them you didn't want them, you didn't need them, and that they really served no purpose. And they heard you. So they're off hanging with their bros, maybe having a few beers, playing some video games, have a little brisket on the smoker. They're enjoying life. They're done dealing with your drama. They're done dealing with your inane expectations. They're done dealing with you. I mean, let's face it. You told them you'd rather be with the Bears, so that's exactly what they're doing. They're letting the Bears have you. You see, ladies, you've made one huge mistake. You forced men to look at things. You forced them to analyze relationships and see if they're worth it. And they found out, no, they're not. They find that their lives are much happier and much richer without you, which means they're not going to be coming back anytime soon.
You know, you have a lot of men out here choosing peace, really, honestly and truly. It doesn't matter if a man is in a relationship or a man is, you know, currently pursuing a relationship or a man doesn't have a relationship at all. It doesn't matter, right? Men have come to the point to where, you know, I'm tired. I'm frustrated. There's no reason for me to continue feeling like this every day. I should not have to come home from work. And it's gotten to the point to where it's not even me coming home from work. I could be at work. And even it's gone beyond me being at work. I start my day with foolishness. You help me to start my day with foolishness. Men are tired of that. I start my day with foolishness. From the night before, you had something silly going on. I get up in the morning, you still have foolishness going on. I'm at work in the middle of the day, you still got foolishness going on. At the end of the day, I come home when I should be eating dinner, watching the game, still got foolishness going on. At all points and parts during the day, you've got foolishness going on. Why in the world would I want to be around them? Y'all don't care about it because you like keeping up mess. You like drama. You like to be the center of attention. Modern women, I'll take drama. I'll take this attention, this validation, whenever I can get it. But men are not that way. A lot of men are not that way. They don't like that type of stuff. But you're going to keep on doing that. And you're going to wonder why a man is like, you know what? I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to be a part of this nonsense. I'm just going to stay single. I'm not going to be part of this. I don't have to do this. You're wondering why. You're going to be asking where the men are. Staying far away.
I just want to date a hot girl. I just want to date a girl who's hot. I just want to find a girl who's hot. I just want to date a girl who's hot and not crazy. I would settle for a girl who's just hot. I just want to date a girl who's alive. And then if she is super hot. I've lived a long life and I've learned superficial things don't matter. I'm ready to find true love with a hot girl. Now that I'm a ghost, I just want to date a ghoul who's hot.
No, a lot of these modern women, they go to these places for a week. They go overseas, they go on vacation for a week, and they come back saying, oh, the universe told me, you know, I need a man who surfs, I need a man who speaks Spanish, he's got a creative side hustle. You know, he's just this man that's adventurous. He just want to pick up and go at any point in time. Which there are some people like that. That's how they live their life. But what I'm saying is, you know, a lot of these modern women, this is what they want. right? So the guy that might be perfectly good guy might be an accountant because, you know, I don't subscribe to that sort of lifestyle. You know, I'm a little bit more, I don't want to say stable, but I live my life in a different way. Then you pass that man up, right? Essentially what a lot of these modern women go through is phases where I just want to travel. And then, okay, now I'm in the phase where I just kind of want to stay at home. And there is a man, there's expected to be a man that's supposed to go through all those phases with you. Modern women, because they're in that phase, are picking the man that speaks Spanish, who likes to surf, just likes to have his hair in the wind for that phase. They don't understand that that's that man's way of life. I want to live her all the time. That's what I want to do. And you guys actually don't match. This is what you want for the summertime, or this is what you want for a couple of years. And then you want to move on. Okay, you know, I tried that for a couple of years. Now I want the guy who's a little bit more stable. Problem is, you actually should have, found a guy who does all of that, who is able to go through those phases with you. Maybe not perfectly. Maybe I don't want to go to the beach all the time, right? But I can do that with you. A lot of modern women, they need to look for an actual genuine friend with the same values. And I'm not saying, and I want to specifically say, he doesn't need to be like you. A lot of modern women are looking for themselves or their friends in a man. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for a friend to say, oh yeah, shoot, I'm down. Let's do it. Why not? Let's go. But then you say, hey, you want to stay in tonight? Yeah, I don't feel like going out. But modern women are doing something different. Like I said, they're looking, oh, that's all this man wants to do because that's all I want to do. And essentially what they're doing is they're binge. If it would be a Netflix show, they'd be binge watching it. And this, I'm just going to do this all the time, all the time, all the time. Every week when I'm not at work, all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. Right? Until they get tired of it. Then all of a sudden that man is terrible. He's a joke. He's a disaster. And now you're putting his face and his name in. Are we dating the same guy? Like the guy did you wrong. He didn't. Now you're putting him on the T app like he did you wrong. He didn't. That's who that guy was. That's just the stuff he does. You picked the wrong man. You were looking for the wrong thing. And that's what modern women keep on doing over and over again. I pick a man that's all he wants to do is this. I have him for a couple of years, and then another man that all he wants to do is this. Take him for a couple of years, and they keep on rotating. They keep on doing that over and over again until one day I really want to settle down this time. And the guy that you actually needed 18 years ago has gone and got a family.
A weak man will never know what to do with a strong woman. He'll say she's too much, when in reality, she's too real. She'll speak up, she'll set boundaries, and she'll challenge the bare minimum. And instead of him rising to meet her at her level, that man will shrink. He'll call her difficult. He'll blame her tone, her attitude, her delivery. He'll do anything to avoid admitting that he couldn't handle the woman that was right in front of him. Because the truth is, she didn't push him away. His fear of not being enough is what held him back. Strong women do not settle for passive love. And they don't sit quiet while being half loved, half considered, or half prioritized. They know their worth and they don't play small to protect the man's ego. And that's what scares the weak ones. Not her voice, but her standards. And not her independence, but her refusal to beg for effort. Not her confidence, but the fact that he knows she doesn't need him and that she chooses him. And that choice comes with expectations that he was never prepared to meet. And he'll say she's always starting something when she's really just not afraid to call things out. Because the right man won't be intimidated by her strength. And he'll recognize it, respect it, and rise to meet it without hesitation.
And you know what's funny is that a lot of these modern women will talk about how they want a man with masculine energy. I want a man who acts this way, does this, you know, the whole alpha man at masculine. Maybe not alpha, but like, you know, masculine. Obviously, they like to say they don't, but they have a list of things in their head that they associate with being masculine, right? Whatever. Fine. Problem is, when you actually have that man walk into your life, because you don't really even know what an actual man is, a real man is, then you're like, oh, he's not masculine, or he's not masculine enough, or he's too masculine. You honestly don't even know what any of that is. So it would behoove you, and it would be best for you at this point in time to sit back and learn something. But modern women don't really do that. What modern women want a lot of times is a man in a costume. Really don't even want a man. They want a woman in a costume as a man. They want them. I was actually talking to somebody about this today. I was like, you know what? You really don't want a partner. You actually want yourself. Like, you want somebody like yourself. Well, I really don't want somebody exactly like me. You really don't need anybody exactly like you. You just kind of need somebody that has the same values as you. You kind of need somebody that's going in the same direction as you. That's actually what you need. Now, y'all probably not going to have the same personality. Y'all probably not going to have every single thing in common. Y'all probably going to have likes and dislikes that are on the opposite end of the spectrum. But the values and the way that y'all might get to the same conclusion, but y'all think about it a different way. Does that make sense? That's how you have the same values, right? Like, say for there's a saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat. So essentially, she might say, well, I like cornbread. You might say, I like cornbread too. But she might like cornbread from, what's that? Yeah, I know Jiffy cornbread, but there's like another one with a K or something like that. Well, I like crustacean or something like that cornbread. It's a really popular brand. I can't remember it. Well, you both like cornbread. It's just, you like different types of cornbread. So maybe one tries the other and, vice versa. I like that cornbread. So over time, you don't have to have Jiffy and she don't have to have that other type. Just whoever gets what, y'all both going in the same direction, and it's not an argument. It's not an argument. Y'all going in the same direction. But too many times, people actually be going in the same direction, but they fight over the specific way that it has to be done. And you don't need to. Unless somebody is committing a crime or doing something that, like, you absolutely, it's actually one of your pet peeves. You actually cannot stand it. This is something I absolutely hate. Unless it's that, why are you trying to ruin a good thing? That's what you find with a lot of modern women.